What's up guys? Today I've got my hands on a brand new streaming box by Mecool. This is the Mecool KM2 Plus Deluxe. Now this box basically has the bells and whistles when it comes to features and streaming quality. It supports 4K 60 with HDR10, HDR10 Plus, HLG, you've got the AV1 codec, and it also supports Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. The box is running official Android TV version 11, so that means you've got the Google Assistant and Google Chromecast built in. That also means we're expecting 4K streaming across the board, including Netflix 4K. So very excited to see how this box performs. Inside the box you will get a user manual, a white HDMI cable, we've got a white power supply, and I'll give you guys a close-up of the voltage information. You're getting a full featured remote control. Now this remote does have a built-in microphone for your Google Assistant, and you've got shortcuts at the bottom for YouTube, Netflix, Prime and Google Play. So nice looking remote, powered by two AAA batteries which are not included in the box. And last but certainly not least, the TV box itself. So this box has a really interesting design. One of the most unique designs we've ever seen in a Mecool box. The top has this piece of glass or even perspex with a Mecool logo engraved. On the front you've got some LED lights and it says HDMI. On the side there is nothing. On the back we've got an IR port, SPDIF audio, we've got an AV port, we've got an HDMI 2.1, gigabit LAN and a power socket. If we keep going on this side, you have two USB 2 ports and a micro SD card slot. And that will bring you back to the front of the box, and here is what the bottom of the box looks like. So you can see you have plenty of ventilation at the bottom. So without any further ado, I'm going to get this hooked up to my TV and capture card, and we're going to find out exactly how good this box really is. I'll be right back. Now first of all, I ran a boot up speed test, and this TV box took 20 seconds to fully load the home screen from a cold start. And this is of course Google's Android tvOS version 11, with everything conveniently placed on one page for a user-friendly experience. The layout and shortcuts can be customized to your own personal preference. You do have subheadings on the top for search, home, discovery, you've got your app section, and then you've got settings along with local time in the right corner. Now if we head over to the main system settings, go to device preferences and check out the system storage info, you will see that this box has 32 gigs of internal storage, from which 27 gigs are free to use. If we go back and have a quick look in about, you will see the Android version numbers. So you can see it says Android tvOS version 11. You've got the security patch dates, kernel version and Android tvOS build numbers, etc. Now if we go into display and sound and check out the screen resolution, you will see that the display mode by default is set to 4K at 60 Hz. The HDR is set to always. You can change it to adaptive or you can switch it off completely if you want to. This box does support HDMI CEC and you have a number of options there that you can configure. And under advanced sound settings, you have your SPDIF output. You've got some settings here to play around with the clarity of the dialogue, and it's off by default. So that's your display and sound. We've got home screen where you can customize the home screen. You can reorder the apps, the games, and you can switch certain things on and off if you want to. You've got Google Assistant built in, so there is a built-in microphone right there, Google Assistant button. You'll be able to do voice searches, which I will show you in action a little bit later. You've also got Google Chromecast built in. So official Android TV comes with Google Assistant and Chromecast. So that means you can open up YouTube on your phone. You can select the Chromecast button on the top. And over there, you're looking for 4K Android TV box. If you tap on it, you can see it's connecting in the background. So now you can literally go ahead and play any video you like on YouTube, and you'll be able to control it directly from your phone. So as you guys just saw, Chromecast working absolutely fine. So those are the main options. We've got energy saver and screensaver options as well. Developer options is not normally there. I activated it by going into about and tapping on the build number a few times. And that will just give you some advanced things that you want to mess around with if you know what you're doing, but that usually won't be there. Then you've got your usage, accessibility, and then you can restart. So that is basically your main system settings. Now the first thing I like doing is testing out Miracast in these TV boxes. So that's screen mirroring. We don't have screen mirroring natively for Android or iOS, so that's just not supported, but we do have Google Chromecast. Now here's a quick look at all the apps that are currently installed as standard. So we've got Netflix, YouTube, Prime and Disney. I actually installed Disney myself. Netflix came pre-installed. We've got the Google Play Store and we've got Google Play Games. The Google Play Store is not the full version of the Play Store. It's of course the Android TV version. So slightly limited to apps which are designed to work only with Android TV. Most mainstream popular apps will be there for you to download. Alright, so now it's time to play some 4K video samples from a USB drive, but I don't actually have a media player installed, so I'm going to have to download that myself. So let's hit the voice search button and search for a media player. Download media player.
Here's VLC for Android on the Google Play Store.
That's exactly what I use, so good suggestion. So we're currently installing VLC. You saw that I just had to press the microphone button once. I didn't have to keep it pressed and the mic was active and it worked great even from a ½ meter distance. Very decent microphone in this remote, and the remote itself is really good quality. It's very responsive. It's a Bluetooth remote, so I'm not even pointing it. I'm literally pointing it at the floor and it's working fine. So really good quality remote included. So let's open up VLC Player. So 64-bit drive, going to the 4K video folder. So let's begin with the usual high bitrate Jellyfish demo. And the first video is 160 megabits per second. And of course, it's playing nice and smooth, as expected. The next clip is a slightly higher bitrate, 180 megabits per second, Jellyfish sample. And you can see this high bitrate 4K video sample working great, no issues there. And now the highest bitrate, the real test, 400 megabits per second. Is it going to play or not? Let's see. So it's just loading and we've just got a black screen. Something's come up, but it's literally frozen, paused. It's buffering. It's still loading. So 400 megabits per second is not going to play in this system, and it's probably due to the limitation of the USB port. All right, so now we're going to test out some 4K 60 HDR video samples and we're going to see how they play. Let's roll the first one. Really nice 4K HDR playback. Let's try an HDR10 sample. So that was 4K videos from USB. We are now moving on to the 4K YouTube test, starting off with the usual Costa Rica demo. And just to confirm, maximum streaming quality supported on YouTube is 4K 60 with HDR. Let's see how it plays back. Absolutely gorgeous 4K HDR playback on YouTube. No stuttering or buffering issues, 0 drop frames. Excellent 4K playback from YouTube. So I'm just going to go ahead and play a few more trailers.
Only fragments.
What is it that you two do?
We're computer software engineers.
I'm an if. Get it? Imaginary friend. Our kids grew up.
I'm not going to be the Dragon Warrior anymore?
You will advance to spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace.
Alright, so we're moving on to the Netflix test. And as you guys can see with my monitor, 4K HDR with spatial audio is supported. Now, Amazon Prime Video also supports Ultra HD with HDR. And to complete the hat trick, Disney Plus also supporting 4K HDR with HDR10. And when connecting this box to my main screen, you can see Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos both supported. Amazon Prime Video on my main screen, again, Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos is supported. And in Disney Plus, I also connected this to my main screen, and we've got 4K Ultra HD with Dolby Vision and 5.1 surround sound. Okay, we are now moving on to a gaming test. I'm going to play a few basic games just to show you how they perform. So let's start off with Beach Buggy Racing. Okay, so for your advanced users, DRM info shows Google Widevine level 1. And here is Ada64 where you can check out the clock speeds. And you can see the graphics info. We are running the Mali G31. This box is running Android 11 and does not come rooted as standard. Here are the results for the internal disk speeds. So we achieved read speeds of 124 and write speeds of 71 megabytes per second. So that brings us to our benchmarks, starting off with Geekbench single core score 155 and multi-core score of 484. And in the Antutu benchmark test, we achieved 102K. So let's see how this compares with the others. So here is my top Android TV box chart for 2024, showing you the latest TV boxes and seeing how they compare with each other. And for this year's new chart, I kept the top 20 streaming boxes of last year and I removed the rest. Now we will be adding every single new TV box that we review on the channel, and we will see what sort of progress this category makes for 2024. And as usual, the ranking is based on Antutu benchmark scores, so higher the performance equals higher the rank. But I do still have a score out of 5, letting you know what I actually think of the box regardless of the benchmarks. So you can see the Micool KM2 Plus Deluxe takes position 14 on this chart with a benchmark score of 102K, and I've also given this box an overall rating of 4.5 out of 5. Furthermore, you can view the full versions of all my charts online and completely free of charge at chigstech.com. So there you have it, guys. That was the Micool KM2 Plus Deluxe. So here are my thoughts. Another official Google certified Micool streaming box. This one supports 4K streaming across the board along with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. There are no stuttering or buffering issues while streaming 4K online. You're getting a very good overall performance. You're getting a solid Wi-Fi connection, and I was able to achieve my top speeds with no dropouts or any other signal issues. You're also getting a gigabit Ethernet, which is another good option should you need it. You have Google Chromecast and Google Voice Assistant built in. There are lots of great features and everything works as it should. You got plenty of RAM and storage, and you also get micro SD expansion. This device can also handle streaming 4K in official apps and unofficial third-party apps which you might be using to watch your movies and live TV, etc. Now the only caveat which I could find with this box is the USB 2 port. I wish that was a USB 3 port. Other than that, this is one of the best Micool boxes I have come across recently. Now with all of that being said, do consider subscribing to the channel for your daily dose of the latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews, and also bringing together a community who simply share a passion in technology. If there is something you want me to cover, do let me know in the comments. Meanwhile, I will leave all relevant links in the description box for your convenience. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.